I actually took an AP class, and we went over this book twice. Once when I was in college, I wrote a term paper on it, and once when I was in high school. And when I was in high school, we were in the AP class, 2 black people in the entire class. And, you know, we read the book aloud, and, I mean, the white teacher would just, you know, put us on the spot all the time, you know. How do you guys feel about usage of the N-word in the book? I'm like, you got to kick me. I'm like, you know, and, you know, all the white kids, racists, were reading the book and, you know, smiling and giggling and, you know, just really enjoying it. So.
I would love to see how a white professor would respond if a black person, she asked that, how do you feel about it, said, well, you know, under the system of racism, white supremacy, this is what I expect in all areas of people activity. And I would suspect that, you know, a lot of white people would enjoy this sort of material and just, you know, see what that person had to say.
Hannah School is apologizing to a parent after a 5th grade lesson on slavery, a lesson that forced an African-American student to the mock auction block so white students could bid on him. 10 Investigates' Paul Aker joins us with the school's response. Paul?
That's right, Andrea. The school says only one parent was upset by this lesson, but that parent was really upset. And the student says he was humiliated by it.
Did you remember the soccer game?
At 10 years old, Nico Burton loves his dog, but he's not so fond of social studies, where yesterday he got a painful lesson in American history.
I ended up being a slave.
Nico says his teacher at Gahanna's Chapelfield Elementary divided the class and made some students slaves and others their masters.
At first I didn't really care, but after people were like bidding on people, it kind of made me a little mad and stuff.
Nico says it got worse when the so-called masters were told to feel the students playing slaves to see if they were worth buying.
They got to look at in your mouth and feel like your legs and stuff to see if you were strong or stuff.
And people were doing that to you?
Yeah.
He felt degraded. He was hurt. Kids picked on him later.
Nico's mom, Anika, says she's astonished.
I feel like that was totally inappropriate. It was racist and degrading.
Gahanna Jefferson School District officials declined to comment on camera, but a spokeswoman claims this was part of a state-required curriculum. She tells 10 Investigates it was a one-time lesson, and in a statement she wrote, "As soon as the concern was brought to our attention, school officials acted promptly to speak with the parent. Then, while we were at Nico's house, his principal called. We overheard his apology."
So I apologize for that. Definitely, I make sure that type of lesson doesn't happen.
I'm just shocked nobody has ever said anything about it.
While the family says the apology is nice, Nico says he's still waiting to hear one from his teacher.
And it was kind of mean, and she should have said sorry.
And we contacted the State Board of Education to find out what the law requires. It does call for 5th graders to have exposure to diversity education, but the law does not mention anything about mock slave auctions. For 10 Investigates, I'm Paul Aker.